Here in the studio, Robbie Mustoe, what did that game tell you?
Oh, gosh, it was great, wasn't it? Well, it told me that Arsenal are tough. It told me they're strong. It told me they're a better team today, deserved the victory. Goalkeeper makes a bad error for the first goal for Tottenham, and then kind of an unfortunate kind of swing at the ball from Rice, a little bit unlucky. But they're tough, and the players running over to the fans there, you know, they're fired up. They've had 2 games now against Chelsea and against Tottenham where they've come through difficult situations, and that was a tough one. You've outlined the 3 games remaining. Given the last 2 games and the fettle they're in, the sharpness, the confidence and excitement, you absolutely feel they're going to win the remaining games.
How different are they from this time last year?
Absolutely great point, Rebecca. Arsenal this season are so much better because of what we've seen in the last 10 minutes. We sit here in our comfortable seats and say game management at half-time, keep a clean sheet. Well, there's tension, there's nerves, these 60,000 Spurs fans baying for them to win. Yet today, Rebecca, wasn't about clean sheets and wasn't about whatever football and great goals. It was about grit, it was about determination, it was about spirit. And we've not always said that about an Arsenal team. And this is why Arsenal have a chance this year of winning a title, because they're not just relying on the football, they've also now got a togetherness.
But there was, 1 second, Rob, we've got to get to that turning point, because there was a turning point, and it happened earlier on in the game when they were denied a penalty, maybe 2, but definitely 1, do you say, Rob?
Yeah, I feel that this should have been awarded for a penalty to Tottenham there. It's Kulusevski that goes down. There's two kind of challenges there, but it's the first one that I think Arsenal are a little lucky to get away with. Of course, this happens on the back of that. This game was about penalties not given, penalties given, set pieces, corners. It was that type of game, more than too much in open play. That being said, Saka is allowed. He is allowed to come inside on his strong left foot when you're 8 yards out from goal. He's always going to score there. Should have been forced by. But look, watch the contact here. We're going to get this Trossard there. The clip on the back of the heels, Rebecca. Trossard on Kulusevski. That is a significant touch that he can't quite keep his feet. You know, that's what we look out for again here. This is the second one that Rice comes in and takes some of the ball. Not that one. It's the first one. But they were a bit lucky. Trossard, the clip there. And anybody, just to remind everybody else, it doesn't have to be a deliberate touch. Those have been given. They get given every week, where you're running behind somebody and you just clip the back of their heels. But that being said, after that, it's brilliant counter-attack from Arsenal, a really nice play.
But had they scored the penalty, it would have changed. Could have changed the course of the game.
And I'm so surprised that the referee wasn't asked to go over to the monitor, Rebecca, and take another look. He could still stayed with his same decision. I thought that was a poor decision, and Tottenham, I'm sure, are going to have something to say about it.
5 goals in the first game of the day. We are halfway.
Well, since Tim Sherwood was manager against West Bromwich Albion, and they almost did at the end there, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They showed good spirit. I thought it was a poor game, I really do. Quality-wise, I think there was a lot of entertainment, obviously 3-2 scoreline, but I don't think it was a great quality match for a team, you know, challenging for the title in Arsenal and someone challenging for the top 4 in Tottenham. I can't see, if it was Man City, for instance, 3-0 up, there's no chance anyone comes back 3-2 and try and get a result at the end. The boys are right, you know, it's all about result, all about taking maximum points, pushes the season on, still realistic chance, pressure now on Man City at Nottingham Forest. But I thought it was a iffy performance from Tottenham. I don't think it was great. I thought second half they showed spirit. I don't think they were spectacular either at Arsenal. I think they adapted their style, which is, I admire Arteta for. You know, he's not hell-bent on, no, this is the way we play and that's it. They surrendered possession today. And what they've done is dug in and counter-attacked. And they've got different ways to play. You know, he's turned the page over now. He knows how to coach. He's an astute coach. Sometimes he knows you need to suck it up. Suck up the pressure and catch him on a counter-attack. Something, well, I think Postecoglou needs to learn. You need to learn that, because there was a 3-goal start. Yes, the Vicario got targeted for the 2 set-piece goals from the corners, but they're wide open. They're fullbacks. We said it at the beginning of the show. You release them gaps, they get exploited. And he did with a Saka goal. But we knew that was coming. I think Ange needs to know that's coming as well. And I think he needs to adapt at times.
OK, 40 points from 45 Arsenal have now taken. Most importantly, 3 derby points there. 1 game still to come, which we know is absolutely huge. In the other game, by the way, Bournemouth have gone into the top 10. They've beaten Brighton by 3-0. They've also set a Premier League points record for their football club with games still to play. So Iriola doing some job down there on the south coast. Brighton have lost back-to-back games for just the second time under Roberto De Zerbi. So Arsenal win the North London derby 3-2. Now it's over to Manchester City, who are at Nottingham Forest, and they will be aware of that result and the gap, which is 4 points. But of course they have the opportunity to go back. They have 2 games in hand, but they still have Liverpool and Manchester City amongst others to play. Bournemouth, as I say, have nudged their way into the top 10 of the Premier League.
Oh, job done, game 1, but just describe the wave of relief that went over you when that full-time whistle that went.
Yeah, that last 20 minutes wasn't nice, but it was worth it, man. Yeah, worth it.
You came in, you said it was horrible. Just tell us how the feeling changes when it goes from 3-1 and then obviously 3-2.
Yeah, obviously we know it's a big derby and they don't want to just lose 3-0 at home. So once they got one, the crowd was up, they was up, and the momentum shifted their way. But, I'm proud of all the boys. We fought to the end, and yeah, we got the 3 points.
So what's key? What's really important when it gets like that? You've been comfortable, it gets tight. What do you need to do?
Well, we just need to be calm, Obviously, everything's quite frantic, and I know it's...
Is it like the swan? on the surface, calm, underneath, you're panicking furiously?
A bit, but yeah, I think we showed our level heads at the end, and yeah, I'm proud of everyone to get the win.
Special to go over and celebrate it with the away fans? That looked like a really nice moment.
Yeah, very nice moment. We know what it means to the fans and what it means to us, so yeah, we're delighted.
What does it mean?
It means everything, and yeah, we know this is a massive win for us, and we've got 3 to go, and we're going to give it everything and see where it leaves us.
Do you feel like you need to be perfect?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happens now? iPads on the coach, seeing if Forest can do you a favour?
Well, pretty much, yeah. Shower, get on them on and hope for the best. But yeah, we just know, obviously, City are an amazing team, but they're not perfect. No one's perfect. They can drop points. We just need to do our job and see where it leaves us.
You say no one's perfect, but you kind of have to be, don't you, between now and the end of the season?
Yeah, there's not much room for error. They showed last year, the years before. And yeah, we've got experience now. We learned our lessons last year, and yeah, we're ready for the last 3 games.
OK, that's an interesting thing. Do you feel like lessons have been learned? You'll remember Liverpool away, West Ham away last season, where you were comfortable and you didn't go over the line. The difference today is you did.
Yeah, exactly, and we showed that today. Maybe last season, I don't know, that could have ended in a draw, but today we showed that we have the experience now, and we can come here and get 3 points even when the stakes are high and it's a massive game. So yeah, delighted, like I said before.
And I should just lastly ask about your goal. First English player to 15 Premier League goals since, can you tell me?
Ian Wright.
Mean a lot?
Of course, yeah, it's really nice, and I hope I can continue to make records like this, but the most important for me is the trophy.
It's going to be a tough day for Ben Davies today, because you could see, again, we're talking about a player who knows exactly what the derby means at a time of the season where, it was more about the performance and making sure you do perform. And he did. He caused Ben Davies a lot of problems. Obviously, he had to go off in the end, but I was really pleased with the fact that they were so in control of what they needed to do, especially once they got back in the game, Tottenham. It's to stay calm. They've done so well to get to this point. You can't do rash things, which we saw the goalkeeper do, unfortunately. And even the penalty, what was given away, was quite a rash decision to make from Declan, simply because of where the ball is. There's going to be a player in and around it. You've got to be a lot more careful about that. But like he said, the main thing was getting the 3 points, and that's the main thing.
We played at the penalty shout at the start of Saka's goal from Tottenham's point of view, that they thought on field, but you were happy, nothing doing here?
I was, yeah. I don't think there was. There was a clip there, but I think it was more Kulusevski leaving his leg there. No, I was happy with that decision. I thought they got that one right.
And from then on, Tottenham are in trouble.
Yeah, Bakaya makes you listen. His run there, he's going to run offside if he runs in a straight line. But what he does, he pulls himself to the right-hand side, so he still has the momentum going forward. If he stops, you see the clip there, but you can see, I'm not sure, that's certainly not intentional. Trossard's leg does catch him, but that's not a penalty for me. But I just love the movement of Bukayo Saka. Yeah. When he runs forward, like I say, if he stops and he starts again, he pulls himself to the right. Yeah. So he's still moving forward, the momentum's still forward, and he knows exactly what he wants to do. So does Ben Davies, but it's easier said than done. Stop him coming in on the inside. That's what, as Postecoglou would have been shouting on the side. Don't let him come on his left side. But once he shifts it, it's a great finish.
What is great about that is when you're watching a lot of the strikers now is the blatant nature in which they just go forward. They're not looking on the line. The margins are so tight. In front of you there, Steve, you've tried to go forward, but you've got to run forward, but you've got to do a move so you stay level with this guy, you know? And that's what he done, and he done it very subtly, so you could see it. He's running, then he does that, and then he starts doing that. And those are the little things that I'd like to see forwards doing more. They're not doing enough for me to stay on side when they are offside, when the margins are so small.
Interesting.
I think the hardest thing he has done there is the first touch.
Yeah, beautiful.
Normally, and every single player would try to control the ball with their right foot, but he put the his lefty, so he find a way to control that ball, put it on the ground. That's the most difficult because you can see the ball coming, the ball is about to bounce. And he controlled that ball so well, then everything becomes easier. He opened his body, go as if he's going on the right, block his run, come back his left, and finish. And that's what I'm saying. Bukayo today, he's one of the best Arsenal. You cannot leave him alone. When you allow him to have a lot of space, he will definitely punish you, and that's what he has done today.
And they punish every team from set piece. 2 corners again today. Yeah. Tottenham knew it was coming. They couldn't deal with it.
They couldn't deal with it. The balls in, Steve, I've got to give them, were amazing. But when you look at them at the back there, no one protecting Vicario, because I think when you look where this header is, if he's got some protection, he might be able to go out. Not with that one there, but he might be able to get himself in a position where he can maybe get close to the front post. But with this one, when you see where they're coming from, where the header ends up from Kai Havertz, I think the goalkeeper's got to move from there and go and punch it. Yeah. He's a yard out. He cannot get involved in that. Now the second after Pulsar, it's too late. It's a big mistake from there, from the coaching staff.
I think here it's a team mistake because they consider 2 goals, a player disturbing the keeper. So which means there is something wrong there. You have to talk, you have to communicate and tell them, as a keeper already, you are strongest. Because I can't see anybody going to do that into Jens Lehmann.
Yes.
When I was playing with him in Arsenal. Or Joe Hart when he was playing with City. It's impossible, but now you are getting bullied. First one, you consider 1 goal, but it can't happen second time. You turn around, you see the opponent striker behind you. Call somebody if you can.
On there. I mean, the timing of Ben White's perfect. I mean, the ball's on its way and he just steps in front both times. Yeah, he impedes him, but the goalkeeper's not strong enough. But you see when he comes up on Raya, Vicario, he's not trying to head it. What he's trying to do is stop the goalkeeper coming. So he knows how important it is himself as a goalkeeper. So he goes and stands right in front of him to try and keep the ball. Look, this is the last few minutes of the game. He knows if I can pin the goalkeeper in here, then it's just who can jump, who can attack it the best. And the goalkeeper can stick his hands up. He knows how important it is. That's why he put himself in that area. There's the set piece coach. But he's done a lot of good work. I think today they won this game. Tactically, they've won this game. I mean, I call tactics set pieces as well. I mean, 2 very important detail of set pieces. Plus, from Mikel's point of view, not dominating and controlling the football match today, but sometimes just sitting back. Just sitting back, controlling it and catching them on a counter-attack. He knew exactly the shape which Tottenham would play. He knew the fullbacks would vacate them areas. He knew he'd be able to exploit it. And they suffered out of possession today. They normally dominate.
38% they had. Exactly. Second lowest all season.
When did you ever see that?
Second lowest all season.
He knows. He's gone into this game knowing that's going to be the case. Because he knows exactly how Tottenham want to play. When they throw bodies forward, it's because they get more players in the midfield areas. If they're not perfect in possession, they will give the ball away and they will get exploited with the spaces what they leave, and that's exactly what happened in the first half. 3 down at half time could have been naughty, could have been a cricket score here today, could have been 6 or 7. Credit to Tottenham that they rolled their sleeves, they got back in. The goalkeeper Raya has gotten back in the game with a ridiculous error. You know, he's given them away 3-0 up. You know, in a game of that magnitude, and you go and try and chip that ball into midfield, which is a nothing pass, gives it to Romero, he puts it in the goal. All of a sudden, the crowd are up, and now it's a different football match.
It was, but Spurs were still on the wrong end of it in the end. Here is their manager, Ange Postecoglou.
We allowed them, way too easy access to our goals. They only got there 3 or 4 times, and they scored 3 goals in the first half, and it's just not acceptable at this level, and we paid a price for it against a very good team, and not give our supporters at least a little bit of hope. So, we did that, but still very disappointing.
So you said not acceptable. What could you have done better to deny them the access to your goal that you gave them?
Well, just to be, I think, we're still not as resilient as we can be, particularly, in those kind of moments, whether it's a transition moment or a set piece. Like I said, we're allowing far too easy access to our goal. Obviously, I think that maybe 4 attempts in the first half, scored 3 goals. You can't do that, and obviously they're a good side, and they're going to punish you if you don't show that